Coming off his best NFL game, Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa faces the opponent that has caused him to play his worst. In the Dolphins' 42-38 victory over the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday, Tagovailoa threw for 469 yards and 6 touchdowns as Miami rallied from a 21-point fourth-quarter deficit. That allowed the Dolphins to carry a 2-0 record into Sunday's AFC East rivalry game against the Buffalo Bills. Perspicacious. Carl Lawson takes aim at Joe Burrow, former team Dallas Cowboys and Amari Cooper. You can't have it all. Every guy in that locker room believes in Mac Jones. We understand that they're a really good team, Tagovailoa said on Wednesday. Everyone knows that they're a really good team. They're tough defensively. Perspicacious. They're explosive offensively. Perspicacious. So I wouldn't say that we have a measuring stick for how good that these guys are, because when you look at it, their opening game, they beat the Super Bowl champions of last year. And they didn't just beat them. And the next team they played, a really good team, they beat them by a lot. So for us, we're just looking at playing the way we play and playing the way we've played for the past 2 weeks, and we'll go out there, they'll get our best and we'll get theirs. Buffalo knocked off the 2021 NFL champion Los Angeles Rams 31-10 on September 8th, then topped last year's AFC No. 1 seed, the Tennessee Titans, 41-7 on Sunday. NFL Week 3, Schedule, TV, Odds. The Bills have bedeviled Tagovailoa in his young NFL career. 3 of the 4 worst passing efficiency ratings in his 25 starts have come against Buffalo. In 3 losses against the Bills, the former Alabama All-American has completed 57 of 101 passes for 579 yards with 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. The Dolphins went into their 2020 regular season finale with 4 ways to qualify for the playoffs. The 3 teams that Miami needed to lose all won, and Buffalo pummeled the Dolphins 56-26 as Tagovailoa threw 3 interceptions. In Buffalo's 35-0 victory over Miami on September 19, 2021, Tagovailoa played only 9 snaps. He got sacked twice in Miami's game-opening 3-and-out, then left the game when put down by defensive end AJ Epenesa on an incomplete 4th-down pass to end the next series. Sidelined Tagovailoa for 3 games. Back for the rematch on October 31st, Tagovailoa was intercepted by safety Jordan Poyer, whose 26-yard return put Buffalo on the Dolphins' 11-yard line with 2:21 to play and set up the final touchdown in the Bills' 26-11 victory. Tagovailoa sustained a finger fracture that caused him to miss the next game. For his 4th game against Buffalo, Tagovailoa will operate a different offense, with former San Francisco 49ers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel now working as Miami's head coach. I think it's hard to look back at the things that I did last year or the year prior because of what the offense entails for us, Tagovailoa said. You got to be locked into every play. You've got to understand the landmarks, motion points. There's a lot to the offense, so it's kind of hard for me to evaluate myself from years prior. But that's not something that I would say I necessarily do on my own as well. I don't just go back and look at all the years that I've played and all the games that I've played in and then compare it to this year. They're all 3 different systems, and they all work differently, so I've got to hone in on what every play asks of me and go out there and execute. The Dolphins aren't expecting Tagovailoa to duplicate his stats against the Ravens, but McDaniel does want the quarterback to use that performance in a beneficial manner moving forward. Related. Watch Tua Tagovailoa get slimed. What that means to me is I mean situations, McDaniel said. Numbers, all those things. I am not talking about statistically his rating or any of that stuff. It's using that game for confidence, understanding how he got there. That was a ton of prep on the game week and harnessing that moment where the 2nd pick he threw was the worst that he's thrown in practice or games for me. And what he did after that, that's something to hold on to. So I think stacking, it's impossible. You're just not going to get better stats week in, week out. It's how he approaches his position and whether or not if he feels himself pressing, like he did when he threw that 2nd pick, how fast can you get out of that yourself and utilize that whole experience for confidence moving forward. Dolphins will square off at noon CDT Sunday at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. For more of Al.com's coverage of the NFL, go to our NFL page. Mark Inabinet is a sports reporter for Alabama Media Group. Distributed by Tribune Content Agency, LLC.